Yo, can you hear me now? Alright, yeah. My bad. I accidentally unplugged my mic. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. No sleep, thank you. So, like I was saying, well, I guess I was just talking to like no one, but I did a bit, like before we begin, I was just gonna lay out my thought process here. So, I did a bit of an analysis on this old video games track, from Mega Man X1, Flame Mammoth. You can play it for a bit, it's not the. Check this out. 4 bars in, that's your intro. And then for the next 8 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it plays a different pattern. Right? And then we have a second part to it. And it might be hard to tell because the instruments are kind of basic, but basically this first section, so like we have intro, we'll call that intro, we have the A section, and now this is what I call the B section. But this is where the interesting part comes in. This is not just a B section, this is a B1 section, and the next 8 bars that play are a B2 section, however many that is. And then after that, it's like it's basically the B section, but they added a few extra notes or they shifted them, so it's B1, B2. And this part, obviously, I guess the crescendo of the track is like the final C section of the track, right? Plays out, and then guess what happens? It goes right back to A. It does not play the intro again. Like, listen to this intro. If I can play with it. Anyway, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to name all that crap again. I just wanted to explain my thought process, that this is kind of what I've been trying to emulate with my own track that I've been working on here. Which is, yeah, so again, I took in the Flame Mammoth song, but because my song and its tempo are completely different, it doesn't line up. But I applied the same idea to I applied the same exact idea, right? Like a 4-bar intro, right? 4 bars intro. We got our A section, plays for 8 bars. We got B1, plays for 8 bars. B2 plays for 8 bars. And then then the C section plays for 8 bars. And then it should loop back to the, not the intro, the A section. So for today's stream, I'm going to be trying to expand on this track a little bit more and try to make it more more in line with not exactly like Flame Mammoth's song, but just try to mimic that structure of the song. So it's actually, just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'll play the music, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's just fucking play with this. See what we got. The original pattern, if you're wondering what this tornado thing was. So this is from a fan game. This Tornado Flamingo So I didn't want to make an exact track. I just tried to mimic its structure. And so basically, yeah, like it got me thinking. So it plays like an intro or like I don't know, an A B section, C at the end. Hard track, bro. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Again, I tried to mimic this this fan game music, right? And no shame, like no shame, no hate. I like that song. Like I really do like that. But I noticed it kind of lacked something, and obviously my music too. So like that's kind of why I went back to the original Mega Man X Super Nintendo. And that's when I came up with this. Structure that I want to mimic. Again, I don't know like if Flamingo is a final track or if that's just how it is. Whatever the reason be, like I don't know. I don't care. But I want to mimic Flame Mammoth's structure. So let's get into it. It's gonna take me a bit of time. I gotta get my bearings again. Get into the music, and we'll eventually try to expand it out. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just steal from my own music. I'll just steal patterns because that's helped me a lot, to be honest. See, like, okay, let me lay out my thought process here. So like, let's just assume I shifted over, so it actually lines up with this. This is my A. This is my A. This is B. This is C. So because I'm mimicking Flame Mammoth's structure, I'm gonna have to expand this. So like my patterns, I don't know. I'll have to come up with like new patterns and play around with it. So I'm kind of thinking like I'm trying to think. I'm like, does this make a good intro? Like, you feel me? Like if we loop it, it actually does loop like fine. So I'm thinking, I'm like, again, so like kind of hard to like keep track of my thoughts here, but this is not an intro then. This would be like the A section, because like I said, when we're done with C, it loops right back to A. So I'll hold up, my phone is like buzzing. I gotta come up with a pattern. I gotta come up with an intro here. Just put that on vibrate so it doesn't distract. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I heard advice of come up with like your essentially your C section. Like the big the big payoff of the sound, and then work your way backwards to make your intro. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I'm got a lot of patterns to play with. A lot of them I've kind of scrapped. So we'll just see what works. But let me try and line it up like that. So let's go. Before I begin, let me just save as a new version. Let me go version B. Because I don't like overwriting too many, like I don't like making huge changes and keeping it in the same project file. I like to stagger it out so it's easier to go back and find things. So let's move this over to A. So again, like I need an A. Okay, so that would be considered A. I'm just gonna move these two down because I don't need them anymore. I'll just move these up. right there. Okay, so I'm just for like just kind of like a warning. Like my music is very like these streams are very start stop start stop. So if you're expecting to like why does he keep like interrupting the music? That's not the point of these streams. Like I'm not here to just play the fucking tune so we can all like sing along and listen to it. Like I'm building it. You feel me? This is part of the process. So like not to be rude, I'm just giving like a disclaimer that I'm pretty sure people understand that. But hear me out. A section, right? This drum A1, this part. So I'm not ready to repeat A just here yet. So I'm gonna move this out. Let's do something interesting. Okay, whatever. I made a new pattern. I can delete it. I'm like try not to be too attached to these arrangements, right? That's why I have like multiple. Oh, you can't even see it. That's why I have like iterations of the work. So I want to expand this B section then. So I need to come up with a new pattern here. So let's just listen to this. B1. It's okay, but I don't know. I feel like you could use something here. Yeah. Well, again, keep in mind, I'm missing a few other sections of the track too. I'm thinking like obviously I need a melody, like a lead guitar or something to play out on top of the drums and bass. So, but I'm trying to think like I don't know if I'm trying to mimic Flame Mammoth or if I'm trying to do something different. Let's just listen to this again. Again, it doesn't line up exactly, but hopefully you can use your ears and kind of tune in on it. Like intro. This is the A section. Listen to this part, B. Right there, that's... And here's C. So again, like I don't know if I'm trying to mimic that, like 1-to-1, or, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Wait, I have an idea. Check this out. Let's just steal patterns from an old track. Like I said, I'm gonna be a bit rusty when I get into this, but you know it's just part of the process. You know, give me an hour or something, and I'll probably get more into it and probably like compose more. But for now, I'm gonna steal stuff because it's my music. So let's see. I'm looking for a bass pattern, something that I can use. I already stole this one for the track I was working on. DACG. Might try and use that. Oh wait, hold up. Here we go. Let's take this one. I like that. You know, like I said, it's my music, right? I can steal what I need to from my past work. Bro, you're so talented. Oh, no way, bro. I'm not. No way, man. I'm not. It's not talent, dude. Like, honestly, it's just time. I just put in a lot of time into this. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. Your fucking neighbor could do it. Anyone could do it, man. It's not about talent, bro. It's just time put in. Just time. Like, so what was I gonna do? I wanted to steal that pattern here. Okay, so let's go. We'll call this. Man, I gotta come up with better names. A, C, B, D, E, we'll call it G, whatever. We'll call it G1. I like to use letters, like base G1, A1, C1, just to, at a glance, I can kind of like remember what that pattern was. Like, maybe not remember, but it gives it a unique kind of, like identifier, if you will. So let's take this. Right, there was another trick I was practicing with this specific track, so I actually doubled up the instruments, so like, right, and it's actually, so metal chords, power chords, right, so you can kind of see one is playing at the bottom, F3, F sharp 3, one is playing at the top, right, F sharp 4. So keeping in line with that, I'm going to try and do the same thing here. But notice, metal chords, F sharp. It starts at F sharp 3. Power chords actually goes up to A3. So I actually shifted them up a bit. I saw your videos on Instagram, but I didn't know you make your own music too. Oh, bro, like I've been making music longer than I've been doing the 3D stuff on Instagram, to be honest. But yeah, like I do like a split, man. Like whenever I get like overwhelmed or frustrated with one, like if I'm like burnt out on doing music, I just switch to 3D, and then I get burnt out on 3D, so I'll switch back to music, and it's like a back and forth thing. Maybe if I focused more, like, if I just purely did music, I'd probably be a lot further along, but honestly, this is just how I entertain myself, man. Like, some people read books, some people play games, some people are into like movies. For me, it's just I have this weird story I want to tell, and I want to put the music together and do the 3D work for it, and it's hard to explain to people. I always sound like a lunatic when I try to explain like but it's just what I do, right? I just do this for fun, right? This just how I keep myself entertained. So like I was saying, we'll take this. Okay, let's just hear it for now. Oh, it sounds so slow. Okay, that's fine. So like I said, because the tempos are different between the two tracks, this is like a much slower tempo. I know it sounds like a fast track, but tempo-wise, it's very slow. Okay, so we're on metal chords. Let's throw it over to power chord split. So it's on the same. Let's hear it now. It should be a bit wider, a bit louder. So let's experiment. Let's shift it up to A. I think. But we gotta hear it with an actual like sound, like, you know, drums. Which I didn't do. It's gonna sound really slow, I know, I gotta fix that. One other thing I forgot, so because this pattern is so long, it's like an 8-bar pattern. And I've been dealing with 4-bar patterns. You know, that might just be because I prefer the shorter, quick bursts to work with, but I'm gonna shift over this C section. I gotta come up with a better term. Like, I swear, like, calling it C section is, well, you know, there's I don't want to make light of it. I know it's an actual thing. It's not something to be taken. It's not something to joke about. Let me just put it that way. I'll continue calling it C section. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful about it. So if I... So I'm thinking I can try and do something here. I was kind of dreading stealing patterns from old tracks. Oh shit. Because I end up having to do like a lot of cleanup on them. So if we look at some other patterns here, like this one. These notes are all stretched out and really drawn out, so I kind of have to adjust them to fit this the slower tempo. And basically all I have to do is just take them and shorten them, right? But it can be a pain, I'll admit. So like, let's just try it for like one. Let's just see how it sounds. Like I said, it is kind of a pain to yeah, it can be kind of annoying to do this. Let me just we'll go back to power chord. We'll just delete that. Because I just want to keep, like, because both power chord and metal chord. Oh, you can't even read that. Okay, well, if you look at where it says here, power chord split, I'm looking, like, when I switch it, it says metal chord. I know it's kind of awkward to explain, but basically the two instruments, these two blue instruments, are going to share the same notes. And I'm making them share the same pattern for now because I need to hear, like, how this sounds. Like if they have two different spacings, they just sound weird. Not at all. Anyway, let's just quickly tidy this up and just see how it can sound. I swear, man, like, doing this stuff is like, you gotta think about if you're gonna commit to it or if you're gonna... I mean, it's not like wasted time. Like, I mean, you know, just chilling, right? But sometimes it can be like a sunk cost fallacy kind of thing. Where it's like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have spent so much time doing that. We'll just copy this again. We'll go metal chords, kill it, and we'll just copy that. Now let's hear it. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. Yeah, it sounds kind of... Let's try something else. Let's just try a different pattern. I feel like I could make that work, but it might be better to just steal something else. I should remember to avoid stealing those longer, stretched out notes. They work for, see, like this one. That old track, 100 BPM. This one, 170. So it's much more faster paced. Anyway, let's look for something to steal. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, when we listen to it on this, it sounds so much more better. Actually, let me just see for a sec. Rocker Round Wounder. What name? I might have to use that instrument too, because I like the sound of it. Palm mute power quarter. Oh wow. So I used a bunch of different. I used like 3 different guitars on this one. Interesting. Like I said, I'm trying to uh, limit the trying to limit myself on the newer track I'm working on, because I feel like that's gonna help me learn how to make like video game music. If that makes any sense. I'm just gonna delete it. I don't need those anymore. So, okay, we had this G1 was giving me problems, so let's kill that. Okay, power quarter, let's put it down. Put it down proper. You gotta be kidding me, this is the same pattern. I fucking fuck. Whatever, let's roll with it. I gotta keep it to so you'll kind of see I have this green note here, and I know you can't see the menu, but I'm on F sharp minor is my scale, and the scale locks my notes. If you'll notice, I can't go to C, right? But because I'm pasting notes in, it can sometimes go on the incorrect notes, let's call it. So I have to readjust them. So far it looks okay. I think this is fine. Yeah, see? I took it off C and it won't let me go back. So I kind of have to do that for every note to, or I think I can just take them all and, yeah. I think that works. Anyway, I don't want to get too into the boring stuff, but let's shift that. F sharp, we'll go back up to A. But yeah, it's kind of a pain here. Let me see if I can split it. I don't know how this tool works. No, whatever. I'll just do it manually. Is this even playing? I think it is. Alright, I have a better idea. I'm gonna mute one and just play it. Yeah. So let me mute the, okay. Getting ahead of myself. Let me work on power chord split. I kind of have a pattern in my head of how I want this to play. Like it rapidly switches between the stretched out notes and like that. And these chugs, and these have to do with just the velocity that I'm controlling, like how loud the note is being pressed. Easier said than done, right? This sounds off to me, I don't know why. We'll just try and we'll just be lazy about it for now, and then we'll go back to metal chord, kill it, and we'll do unmute it now. And I like to experiment, like maybe metal chord goes up to A, or maybe power chord goes up to A. But because metal chord or power chord gives me my energy, that bass energy, I think metal chord should be the higher one. Now let's just listen to what it sounds like. Unmute everything. I'm just gonna zero out Flame Mammoth, yeah. I'm kind of liking it, but it sounds a little bit different from this. I like that pattern though, I'm not gonna lie, I do like that a lot. So now I gotta make a new arrangement, clone this. Should this be the intro? Probably not. But this might work as an intro, and this might be a... I just want to test something. Oh, crap, yeah. That to me sounds more like a later kind of section, you know what I mean? Like it has that higher energy to it. Maybe it's the C section, I don't know. Like I'm kind of thinking about it now. But you know, this is part of making like the arrangement, right? You just shift stuff around and kind of get an idea of what, like, you kind of have to make a judgment of like, this is where the most energy in the track happens, right? Like a good way I read up on it was like your C section should be like, if you're thinking of like traditional music, it's like the part where everybody remembers that one song by like singing it, like, you know, the lyrics or whatever it may be. So for this song, I think this might be that area. This does kind of sound more like a build up to it, hey? At least that's what I think. Man, now I'm doubting myself. Like, I'm thinking, I'm like, I think this should be the C section, you know what I mean? It's got the highest energy. I used to think this was the part. Oh, I have an idea. I got an idea, but I don't want to get overwhelmed, but I want to try this out. When we open up Flex, go pack updates are available for download. Oh, cool. I'll do it later. What was it called? It was called Palm. Yeah, Palm Mute Guitar. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let me just try one thing here, because I have an idea. It may not be a good idea, but it's an idea. Pattern, let's call it Palm A1. We'll make it red, because red to me means guitar, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is take this pattern, throw it over into my Palm Mute guitar. It's gonna be loud because I have to mix. Let me just check. Why aren't you playing? Oh, because it's off. Anyway, so what was that? A section. We'll go power chords. Take that. That might be a bit messy, but let's hear it out. Just for the sake of clarity, I'm gonna organize this just a little bit here. So, okay, let's just to keep organized. So we got 1, 2, my drums, my drum bus, which controls both volumes. I don't want to mess with too many things. 808 snare I can kill. I don't need that. 808 astronomic. Get rid of that. Yeah, I don't need these guys anymore. Tornado and Flame Mammoth. Okay, that helps a lot. So the string section I was gonna come up with, like the pads for it, but I didn't really get far in it, so I'm just gonna move that down. How do I do that? All down. Change this to red. Palm Mute guitar. So we got 1, 2, 3 is in the bus. I might actually move this, because I'm thinking, I don't know, it's kind of confusing to remember where, like, which one goes into which. So what is this one called? That's this power chord. What is this one called? Okay, that's metal chords. This one, okay. So this should be higher up, like this. And then that. Okay, so 1, 2, 4. I don't want to mess this up so much. Okay, I'm making a call. I'm gonna move my buses over here. Just to the end. So that way I can just at a glance go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's easier to read for me. Let's shrink this down a bit. Yeah, as much as like I enjoy the music stuff, like a big part of it in my opinion is like organizing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll call this 5. Oh, okay, 5 is already used, so we'll move that. So that's. I think they're still connected. Okay. So now I can make room for 5 here. And 6 can be the string. Okay. I think we're good here. I'm just gonna add these little separators just so I can distinctly see these are my drums, these are my basses, these are my whatever, guitar, and okay, anyway. Grab these, Control L, throw them into here, it colors and names them. We'll just do I don't know. I don't really keep this organized with my music, but like I said, I'm trying different things, right? So first things first, let's take this palm mute guitar. Way too loud. Let's bring that down to about 12 decibels from the source. And then I'll add a parametric EQ. I'll just do it quick and dirty because I want to play with, like, this is part of mixing. And like mixing, I don't want to do too much until like the track is finalized. Because then it's just back and forth, right? So for me, I would much rather just have things a little bit balanced. And then once everything, the whole track arrangement is finalized, then I think it makes sense to start going through and balancing volumes and adding effects and stuff. But for the sake of listening to this track, I need it to be a little bit quieter and balanced. What other effects? Oh, hardcore, of course. So, yeah, you might want to cover your ears for this, but when I add my guitar amp plugin thing, tends to make it a little bit unbearable. See how like the volume spiked back up? Now I can lower it again. So these are sitting at about 3, so I'll put this one at 6 then. Yeah, that's a decent spot. Then Anyway, I don't want to get too carried away with this, right? I just wanted to quick and dirty get it set up, so now I can start listening to it better with the drums. Of course, they're not. So yeah, that's part of mixing, right? Like they're not the loudest. Like they're actually kind of quiet now that I think about it. Of course, you know, it could actually just be the instrument itself that I could change out. Again, I don't want to waste too much time with getting things to sound perfect right now. I'm just more focused on just getting the arrangement done. But I had an idea, so I wanted to kind of play around with it. How do I favorite presets? Here we go. Palm mute. Again, like I said, I don't want to play too much with like the leads, like, or the melodies. I had an idea and now I'm kind of like stuck on this idea, which is exactly why I didn't want to do it this way. What was that one thing called? It was like Rocker Wounder. Not Rocket. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? Oh. I think this lower end was killing the... Like, it was muddying it up. Let me just check how... Okay, so... Oh no, what? Oh, it was on A. Okay, okay. I'm tripping. Man, I don't want to work on, like, I do want to work on it, but I don't, like, it's like addicting. It's like, okay, shit, I can make this work. But I know what I'm gonna do, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up playing around and, you know, adding, subtracting, and then I'll end up not following my structure here. So I'm gonna pull it back a little bit and let's just focus on the bass and the drums for now. But I'm liking the direction, though. I'm liking the direction of this track. It's getting there. One other thing I wanted to check now that I have Rocker Wounder. So like my thought process is when I actually try to make this a video game track, I'll probably limit myself to, you know, the number of instruments. But because this isn't limited yet, I'm free to experiment. You see what I mean? So like, I can just add this, like this. What did I do actually? Hold up. Yeah, okay, so metal chords goes to F sharp. Power chord is on F sharp. Rocker is on... Okay, whatever, yeah, they're all on F sharp, that's fine. But basically just take a pattern and then put it onto a third guitar and then play around, like start shifting it to see how it sounds. to get too carried away. Let me just kill those. What range is that? F sharp. Another thing I was gonna do, this is probably more of like a mixing thing, but I could play with these volumes as well. So like maybe one guitar is over here, another one's a little bit louder, and then the last one's the loudest. So let's try that. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know how to feel about this rocker sound. Oh, I didn't realize it's tied to that. Okay. Fuck. I don't know. I'm kind of split on this right now. I'm gonna dial it back. I think that's probably the best idea. Just dial it back. Focus on the drum and bass. Get those patterns down. Then start playing around with the sounds. What was that called again? What was that? It was an essential bass guitar. Okay. I'll leave it. I think it adds something. Okay, I gotta come up with some ideas here. So here's my thought process. This could be expanded to become A. This could be expanded to become B1. This could be expanded to become section B2, and then the final payoff would be as section C, I think. Yeah, I gotta listen to fucking Flame Mammoth again and figure this out. Trying to take my time, I'm trying to pace myself with how this goes, Oh, I think I deleted them. Shit. Oh, I don't need Flame Mammoth. Maybe I do. That's a good question. Do I need Flame Mammoth? Yes I do. Hello, 99 Soju, what's good? Just to catch you up to speed with what I'm doing. I'm trying to make video game music, and I'm trying to stick to like the Super Nintendo, Mega Man X, like Flame Mammoth. I'm trying to stick to that arrangement structure. So it has like an intro, and just from my analysis, I could be wrong, but from what I listened to, it has like an 8-bar A section, an 8-bar B1 section, an 8-bar B2 section, which is slightly different from B1. Then it has like a final payoff with a C section. Then it repeats back to A. So what I was doing was just playing around with some patterns here. And I'm trying to like discover where it can fit. So like, if we look at this is A, right? And I'll show you the example in a little bit. But to me, it's like, just listen to this pattern, like this one. I feel like this should be expanded on. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, so I had like a previous arrangement. You can see like I was using this as the C area. But the more I think about it, this actually sounds more like a B1 section, if that makes sense. But I'll show you the example. I'll show you what I was talking about. So, oh shit. So let's listen to Flame Mammoth. Like I said before earlier in the stream, this is not representative of like my structure that I did. It's because the tempos are different. This is like 170. This is like, or whatever it is, and this is 100. But just listen with me, and you can kind of pick up on it. So like that's your intro. Then it goes A. And this is B1. This is B2. And then C. And then back to A. You feel me? Like, this intro never plays again. Anyway, so I'm just trying to think of my own track here, like how I can arrange it into that. So you remember, like, did you pick up on how like B1 played out and then B2 sounded the exact same but slightly different? You feel me? So like I'm trying to think of in terms of that, but my patterns are short as hell, man. Let me hear again. All right. I'm not gonna talk. Just listen to like intro, A, B1, B2, and C. I mean, your song. My bad. Yeah, I'm still arranging it. Let me, whatever, fuck it. Just listen to it. But yeah, I muted the red instrument just because I'm not sure if I want to keep that in as a sounds nice for a start. I feel you need to emphasize more of the lead instrument. Oh, I was muted. Oh, you see? No, I appreciate it, bro. I'm actually trying to just work on the drum and bass part right now. I'm curious how it'd sound if you extended A rather than B. So that's what I was saying, dude. This section here. Let me just kill that red instrument. Let me just. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So like this section, I feel like that belongs in C. You know what? Because that's like the big payoff of the song. And another thing is like because I work in short 4-bar patterns, so I'd have to like extend this out to C, like so it's an 8-bar pattern. Oh, it was muted, is what you're saying. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, no, yeah, you need to emphasize. Yeah, no, that instrument was muted, dog. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm thinking is like I'll come up with an intro later. The A section, like. No. I know. I'm reading a different chat. I'm streaming to Discord as well, so I'm like reading two different like chats. But yeah, like this A section for sure, I think would need to be like extended, right? So here's what I was thinking. I'm like, this might be the A section. This would be like the B section, however long that is. But then I need to come up with like another one, right? And then I would tie back into like the C part. Kind of like confusing, but I hope that makes sense. But this is part of the fun of like streaming and stuff, right? Just figuring this out as I go. But yeah, I can show you. I don't want to record. Why would I record? Makes sense. I'll show you the original arrangement. Maybe not original, but the older one I had. Notice like this A pattern got copied here. Actually, give me one sec. Let me kill that this instrument because it's not part of it. Just give me one sec. I deleted this when I shouldn't have. So I used this as a reference track. Okay, I don't know what happened here. Oh, right. It was because it got... Okay, let's just listen to this. I'll show you. So before I used X1, like Mega Man X1, I found this fan game. I can't remember what it was called, but it had this one boss theme that I liked. It's very, very quiet. How do I bump up the volume again? Anyway, I'll just play it back. So like, hear me out. Like, just follow the A1 kind of pattern, right? So like, it makes sense. Press normalize. Normalize this shit. Oh really? Oh shit! Here we go. Thanks. So like, see, that's like this A section, I guess, or like bridge. I don't know. I came up with weird names. And then check this, like these two are like the same, right? And this is like that C part. then it like repeats again, but I kind of like tried to cut that off. Anyway, that was like the... Yeah, this song is dope, dude. Look up like Tornado Flamingo. Like, it's a fucking hype track, man. Like, I tried to use that as my reference when I first started doing this, right? But I felt something was missing with it. Oh my god, this fucking bots, bro. I got an idea, and then this guy's like, best promotion. Like, fuck off with that shit. Not you. Just like the bot came in after you said that. I'm like, I read it as the same message. I feel like you can try extending the rhythm in bass B1 in this, hey? That's actually what I was thinking, dude. So like, I went with like the arrangement I have now, like now that I wanted to copy Flame Mammoth. What I was thinking was like A section needs to be 8 bars. This B1, whatever, like the B, that needs to be 8 bars. Also, I was gonna mention, this bass B1 does not correspond to that B1. These are just like ABC patterns to me, so it's just a coincidence that it's here. But I agree, like I feel like there's like again, following with Flame Mammoth, right? It's much more extended out, if that makes sense. Let me turn back the wounder, this red one. Like, this needs to be expanded out, hey? Yeah, I think my issue here is like the patterns are just too short. Like, I don't think 4 bars is enough. They each need to be 8 bar. I mean, that's what the little 8 up here means. How long have you been producing for? That's a tough question. I've been taking music, like I've been practicing more with music since like 2016-ish, but I wasn't using FL Studio. I was using actually like a mobile app called Caustic, and because producing was hard and music theory was like impossible to learn, so I ended up just doing a bunch of like video game remixes. So like a lot of my like old work is just load up a MIDI file and then play around and swap out instruments. So, but composing wise, like I've been taking this seriously since, it's hard to say, like 2025-ish, like early 2025-ish, I want to say. So like I'm actually trying to like actively learn, compose my own music, come up with like understand like melodies, counter melodies and all that. So like yeah, it's kind of hard to say. It's like I've been doing music for like a minute, but I haven't been composing for that long, and I feel like that's where like feel like that's where the real fun in music, like, you know, yeah, yes, sir, composing is hella fun, bro. Like, oh fuck, my alarm.
It's 8:40 p.m.
Wonderful. Let me. I'll show you some other tracks I was doing, just to take a break from this. Let's go down the fucking rabbit hole here. But yeah, no, like honestly, I've been having a lot more fun with actually composing my own music now, as opposed to just doing like remix after remix after remix. Do you post your music? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're on Twitch. Yeah, I do actually on my YouTube channel, but it's kind of hard to say. Like I've been posting a few tracks I've been working on, but a lot of the stuff I do is like demo work where it's not even like ready to be posted. So like I said, it's kind of weird, but like I post the majority of my music now in my Discord. So like when I have a session, I export whatever I got, I throw it up in Discord, but I do want to post more music onto my YouTube channel, but I've also been doing like this 3D animation work, so I've been trying to like tie them together, so it's kind of, but like, you know what I mean, like I don't want to flood my YouTube with like just demos of like unfinished, unmixed, so I try to take my time with like, okay, I want like something more, so just like, for a lack of a better term, something more professional to put out on like on my YouTube. What is this? 137A. Let's just go through these tracks. Let me just listen to some random stuff. Some of it might be good, some of it might be shit. Wonderful. Yeah, you get what I mean, right? I mean, you know a bit about FL, it looks like. Do you produce music or what? I like the melody. See, to me, this is just like unfinished, you feel me? Like, I don't know why it's so slow though. Yeah, you produce, hey? Yo, drop your links, bro. What do you got? What do you fucking make? What do you do? I do a lot of cool, surreal type of music. Oh, shit. Okay, okay. You post it up on YouTube or what? Okay, yeah. Search up Jeopardy Early Bird on any platform. Oh shit. Yeah, I'll look it up. Like, I'll look it up in a bit though. But do you do YouTube or like, or are you just like on Twitch? Or do you like stream your music or what? It's on music platforms on YouTube as well. I don't stream though on Twitch anymore though. Oh really? Too much, like too distracting or what? You're just not into it, I guess? You're forgetting too much. I get that. I legit get that. Honestly speaking though, like the reason I do these streams is to kind of like force myself to practice. Or, you know, make shitty beats like this. Well, I don't know. I kind of like streaming though. Like, I obviously, you know, I like chatting it up with people, but I also feel like it's a good way to like dedicate. You know, like I need 2 hours to work on this. Streaming is fun, legit, man. I know there was other tracks I was working on. I have like see, this is what I mean, like why I don't post a whole lot, because like a lot of the projects I do are just like basic loops and demos, right? But yeah, I do like streaming though. It is pretty fun. I got like 800 FLP demos, I feel you. How long have you been producing though? Like I'm guessing since like 2000 or something? I've only posted like 130 out of them. Yeah, like that's what it feels like, man. Like I used to think like, you know, you just work on one track, you post it up and you're good, and you know, you do another one, and it's so much more than that, bro. 5-ish years, but consistently, hey? Damn. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. It's kind of why I'm streaming. You know what I mean? Like, I want that consistency to. Oh, God. But yeah, no, like honestly, like I feel like without the actual practice, you don't really get anywhere. But yeah, a ton of my music, man, is just literally this, like just demo, 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 like no actual care put into it. Took me forever to get good at drums when I started. Yeah, I feel that. This track's kind of sick though. I don't know why I didn't work on this one. But yeah, actually, like I started with drumming, like because it was like on that mobile app. All I could do was like put in drum patterns. Synth rap. Okay. Trying to find like a track I've actually worked on, not like just demos. This track cool. I like that whistle lead you got. Yeah, I appreciate it. Some tracks, like, I don't know, I get burnt out on them, to be honest. Like, I'll work on them for like a week or something, and then I'll get like, I'm just like done with it, you feel me? Like, but my biggest weakness is like doing the arrangement. Like, it always just goes on and on and on. Which is why I was doing that video game thing. I wanted to practice like containing the arrangement instead of just putting whatever I fucking feel like. Nothing wrong with that, but you're struggling with arrangements as well, eh? Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, it's fine, you know, you can just throw whatever the fuck you want, like, it works, but like, getting lazy and resort to my default. Like, your default what? Your default structure, eh? You got like a plan or like what? Oh, like ABC, AB. Oh, okay. I feel you. I usually just do it like, I kind of do that, but I don't know. I guess it's a holdover from that mobile app. I go like A1, A2, start a new one, B1. I just go like alphabetical, to be honest. But things are usually like disjointed a bit. They're very short, like 4-bar patterns, right? I don't know. Some tracks I read some advice where someone's like, you should always try to finish your music instead of like abandoning it. Easier said than done, obviously, but this one took me months to finish. Find it easier to finish a song in one session than multiple, eh? Fuck. I have to do it in multiple sessions. I can't do that at all. Because you overthink. Fuck. I mean, like, listen to how much is going on in this one, right? This is literally how the track started, and it's like, that's why I kind of like working in iterations. Like, I'll just show you. If it loads. I get you though. I totally get that, to be honest. Actually, I might take this part. I like this. Ooh, this one's good too. This stuff. Yo, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you, because this sounds so much better than like the end one. Like when I made the final version for like the YouTube video, I'm like, part of me was happy I completed this song, but part of me was unhappy because I'm like, you completely strayed from the path that it was on, and I totally get you on that, man. The longer you wait, the more I want to retain what sounds good rather than changing things and Oh yeah, I feel you, dude. Like this sounds so bad compared to the original. I mean, it's alright. I tried to change things up a bit, but still, it kind of lost its energy. Yeah. What about albums? Like, have you done any albums recently, or what? Or just like singles? Where is it? You've done 2 albums in the past year, so damn. Yeah, I gotta get my album shit back together, man. Kind of why I've been working on music more. I want to put out like a proper album. First one I did was just like amateur, man. It's just amateur shit. This is the track 28 songs on my first album. That took forever. Yo, I think I had like 28 or 29. Yeah. 8 months to fucking complete. Fuck, man. 8 months for a project like that, dude. That's insane. Actually, I might steal from this track too. The sound design though is sick. Really, eh? You like to use a lot of weird stuff. That's what makes music interesting to listen to though, like underground. Like not so mainstream, you know what I mean? Like it's... You get that creative spark in it. Yeah, legit. I don't know, I'm not really into mainstream music, to be real with you. Like this track I did a year ago. Like I started a year ago. I'm the same. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like I think they're talented. You know, like I think mainstream music is mainstream for a reason, right? Like obviously they very well professionally done, mixed, arranged, all that. But something to be said about the underground scene, and that's kind of like why I was always into video game music. Like you know, like Bomberman, fucking 64, Mega Man, all that. Like it was always so experimental. Anyway, this is the track I was doing like a few days ago. So this is after like a year of working. Not a year. I started it last year, and I picked it back up like a week ago. I didn't finish it though. Like, I still need to work on this. It's a 7-minute track. It's a fucking 7-minute track though, bro. Like, I can't. Let me link something real quick. It might crackle a bit. I don't think it's like the audio buffer or some shit. I like it so far. Yeah, I gotta finish this one. Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like, I got burnt out on it. But yeah, if you look at that animation I did, I was kind of weird, but like that's what I meant about pairing like animations to the music. You feel me? Let's see, that's awesome. Yo, can you fucking link your thing? I'll like pin it or whatever for the chat. Yeah, go for it, bro. But anyway, I'm gonna work on that other track that I was doing. Took like a detour for all this. I mean, it was good. Like, I'm not hating. And I needed like a break. You know what I mean? Like, when you work on so much music all the time, like different things, it's like you need like a break to kind of like recharge your brain a bit. Yeah, I feel that. Hold on, let me pin that. Let me pin your link. Not like a virus or anything, is it? Where the fuck? Okay, let me grab this. I just pinned that. Yeah, there you go. I'll be real with you. I don't have like a huge audience, but yo, do what I can to fucking help out other musicians. You feel me? We just link it in the YouTube chat too. Like I said, you know, I don't have like a huge following. You know, not many people like tune into these fucking streams, but definitely I'd like to, you know, like help promote people. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have big that much of an audience either, hey? I feel you on that. Alright, let's get back into this. Of course, nothing plays. Okay, it's gonna take a bit of work to fucking figure all this out again. But let me just listen to it without tweaking anything here. Let me just listen to it as is. Get an idea again. So, although I'm curious on your thoughts on it when you do listen to it. Yeah, for sure. Let me subscribe to your shit. Yeah, I'll fucking thing, man. Click the link and it opens up like fucking Windows Explorer, man. I use Firefox, bro. Actually, do you mind if we listen to it here? Like, is that cool with you? Or are you gonna like copyright strike me or like what? You can listen to it now if you want. Yeah. I'm chill with that. Okay, yeah, for sure. Let's listen to this. Interesting. Okay, yo, like that is. What are the words I need to describe this? Like, number one, that's fucking unique. Like, that is very unique compared to what I was expecting. Number two, it reminds me of, like, I'm sure you've heard of, like, the aesthetic Fruitiger Arrow, right? You know, the bubbles and windows, fucking glass stuff and grass. It reminds me of that a lot, which I fucking love, to be honest. But it also kind of gives me a hint of. You ever played Smash Bros? Smash Bros Brawl? There was a fucking level there on Smash Bros Brawl. I can't even remember what it was called. Let me just look at the stage list real quick. It'll hit me. Hanenbo Yeah, Hannonbo from fucking Smash Bros. Brawl. It was like a fucking green background, and you're like fighting on these leaves. But I remember when I first played that, I'm like, this has such a unique soundtrack to it. It sounds very like ethereal almost, you know what I mean? And it kind of just takes me back to that, which is fucking hype, man. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like it's. I like it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna lie. I really like. Oh fuck! I just spilled my coffee. All right, yo, I gotta clean this shit up, man. Fuck. Well, that's a great way to end this stream. I gotta dip out, but yo, great work, man. Great fucking work. I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking hype. Yo, I literally just spilled my fucking coffee. All right, yo, I'll catch you next time. But yo, keep up the good work. I gotta clean up this fucking mess. Peace.